Maybe you can hear me now. So sorry, so terribly sorry about that. Oh God, we're gonna have so many problems today. Uh, no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. You do hear me now, I assume. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna restart everything. Welcome, and I've been on vacation, blah blah blah. This is just the first half of my vacation. I'm gonna go on another 2 weeks of vacation in 2 weeks, so I'm just back for another couple of weeks before I go ahead and do 2 more weeks of vacation. The reason that happened is that if you've been on my Discord server, you can see a new picture I published there of my new setup. And apparently, um, OBS uh, didn't see my microphone, even though I know it's working. So I just had to remap that entire thing, which makes me a little bit anxious about what is going to happen when we start hauling. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to remap the sound for that as well, or I might have to. Let's just see what happens there. But my setup is completely new, so I have everything almost turned 180 degrees. So I have my OBS screen over here now. It used to be over there. I still have you and the chat up there, but now I have a screen over here so that I can press small buttons to make OBS do things. So yeah, that isn't probably optimal. My microphone is now sitting here. Of course, it's always been there, but it's now going over here. The arm is going over here. It used to be over on this side. So there's things that I have changed, which means that I know I'm going to use and will continue to have to use my right hand to drink. Speaking of drinking, yeah, that happened. Or it's happening. You can barely hear me. Okay, let me fix that as well. Hang on. It's all because of the changes to my setup, of course. Wow, the microphone volume is great, huh? Except maybe that's better. You can hear me good. Some of you can hear me good. Some of you can't. Oh God. Well, let's see what happens. As I was saying, as I was starting with, I've been on vacation and it was a complete disaster. The reason it's been a complete disaster is because everything is shut down here in Sweden, and there are literally 10 countries in the world that we can go to. Literally 10 countries. There are other countries where we can go, but if we get sick or anything happens during our vacation or stay there, none of our insurances will be valid. So I will have to, if I get sick or if one of my kids gets sick, I will have to pay for all of it. So that's not great. And besides the 10 countries that we can actually go to where our insurances work, I don't want to go to any of those countries. So yeah, there's the vacation was an absolute disaster. I wanted to go to some of the, as we do when we're here in Sweden. It was a disaster also because I missed you guys, obviously. Where was I? Yeah. We wanted to go to some of the water parks and amusement parks. All of that is closed. You can't go to any of those. Of course, I said that I was going to go to hang on a second. I need to fix this. There we go. Uh, there we go. He's gone. Stavy. Okay, so there's the thing I need to fix. I now have the mouse for the chat screen over there, which isn't going to work when I have to take care of things like Stavy there. So I'm going to have to change that as well. Yeah, where was I? I was saying that I was going to go to the Scania Museum. That's closed as well. So I didn't go to the Scania Museum. The only thing we did, we went to IKEA. I let my 9-year-old literally go bonkers on IKEA instead. So her room has been completely remade. We actually ended up going to IKEA 5 times in 2 weeks. And it's so damn hot. It's literally 40 degrees outside. Literally. So it's way too hot. And yeah. So I won't remember those 2 weeks I just spent on vacation. Complete disaster, but my kids enjoyed it anyway, so I'm happy for them. Did I mention this? There's a link in the video description at the very bottom. It's a preview of my merch store, because yeah, there's things there. There's not a lot of things there. There's like 4 different t-shirts, some coffee mugs, stickers, things like that. Yeah. The beard's gonna stay until I'm back at work. For as long as I have to work from home, doing my day job, the beard stays. As soon as I can go back to work, I'm gonna shave it off. But it's been like this for, what is it? Is it almost 3-4 months? Check out the link in the video description, guys. There's a link to my Teespring merch shop there. It's just a preview. There's not much there yet. Officially, I will launch the merch shop this week. And this is the first time I put up a link to it. I'm not even sure everything works. It's just like this stream. I don't really know if anything is going to work. Because my setup is completely new. Another thing about my setup, I've added a screen just below my steering wheel and just above my steering wheel, actually. So now I have the speedometer and rev counter and things like that on a separate screen there. And then I have another screen down here where I can put the windows up and down, because I never seem to be able to remember which buttons it is on the keyboard. So I ended up having another screen for just that as well. I have eaten enough, Olaf. Oh, your steering wheel broke, Apple Plays. I'm sorry to hear that. You still can barely hear me. Let me just check again to see if everything actually is okay with that. It should be. I certainly hope it is. But it kind of worries me when someone says that they can't hear me properly. It should be okay. Maybe I could turn it up a little bit more, like that even perhaps. Some of you says no problems with the sound, others says it's good. Let's see when we put the game into the equation, when we have the sound from the game as well to compare it with, and you have absolutely no sound in game. which didn't really surprise me, because we have to fix that as well and change that to I think it's speakers, isn't it? Yeah, speakers. There we go, and then we should have sound in game. Yeah, certainly looks like it. So what do you think? The sound of the game compared to me, is that still okay? Let me know what you think. You hear me fine and hear the engine fine? I'm waiting for a confirmation. There is a delay. The sound is fine, thank you Super Rabbit 195. I'm gonna go with that and say we're ready to go. The in-game sound is a bit quieter. Well, this is 138 and they did make some changes, so maybe we could turn the master volume up a little bit then. The in-game sound is a bit quiet, it's fine, it's loud and clear. Backward sounds are already low. I'm not really sure what that means. Anyway, let's see how it works. Let's start by taking a look at where we are and where we're going. We are in Resita and we're going to Targa Mures on 138, the beta version, obviously. There are 3 new routes for special transport. There is this one, which I think is the longest one, almost 370 kilometers. And then there's a couple of others, one from Istanbul to Edirne. There's Istanbul, there's Edirne. That seems to be pretty easy. And then we have Pleven to Sofia. There is Sofia, Pleven is over there. This one might be a little bit tricky in a couple places. Let's see how it goes. To be completely honest, I haven't tried any of them. I haven't even driven a single kilometer since my vacation started. So I have no idea how well this is going to play out. Hopefully really well, but who knows. Let's get started. We are holding 70 tons. Obviously the heaviest one, because that's just how I work. I need to do heavy things. Let's see. I haven't done special transports in a really long time. Maybe it was a bad idea starting with this one, but that's just me doing stupid thing from the start. I'm not spending a lot of time looking at the chat just yet. I need to get used to playing first. I've been using hammers and screwdrivers and drillers and things like that for 2 weeks now, so it's been a while. But I know where most of the buttons are, at least, so I'm not completely in the dark. Thank you, Docus. Your hometown, right? if I remember correctly, Dokios, isn't that so? I'm a little bit disappointed with SES regarding 138, and the reason for that is that they showed us a picture from the special transports saying that we get some new stuff a few weeks back, and the image they used included a special transport trailer that had 10 axles instead of the, I think there's 8 on this one, and that one had 10 axles, so I assumed they were going to give us a new trailer as well, but unfortunately it's still the same old 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, actually this one is 10. Never mind, in the image it looked different than this one does, the trailer. I think the picture they used had 4 axles in the front, and this one only has 3, so that was a little bit disappointing. The Griffok, yes, Panda. Well, it's the mighty Griffin, and well, I replaced the Griffin itself with Ducky, but it's a combo of the Griffin and Ducky, so Griffok. Obviously, Griff in and Uck. Griffok. Spending too much time looking at the F's, Panda. You have an old locomotive museum there, Dokas. I think Perrid should go there. He's much more into that kind of thing than I am. Hi, Bengan. Mapa Norte Brazil. Yes, I've done a video on it 6 months ago, I think. Can't even remember if that is a paid map or if it's a free map. In any case, I've definitely done a video on it. Hi Michael, I'm doing great, it's good to be back. Oh, and since Bengan is here, you know what we're gonna do? We need to fix this. Otherwise, he's gonna start using his exclamation marks and none of us want that. There we go. So I'm going over the bridge, Dokas, entering the part of the city where you lived. Is that correct? Oh, you've done a background for it, Bengan. I guess I need to revisit it and do a new video on it then. ETS2 player, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Really appreciate it. I'm surprised we haven't crashed yet. And it's version 5.1. Wow, I think I did version... Something tells me I did version 4.3. I have no idea if that is actually true. That looks nice. I might be... My brain might be playing games with me, but I think it's definitely not 5.1 I did a video on. So I think it's time to redo that. Speaking of videos, I'm gonna do in the over the next 2 weeks. The Romania map, I still haven't had time to make a video on it, so that's going to happen. And of course I'm gonna update my map combos for 138, the beta version, both ETS2 and ATS. I have some stuttering. S. Bremer, thank you very much, sir. That's really kind of you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We have some stuttering. Do we? Maybe. Thing is that this thing runs at 30 frames per second, whereas the game runs at 60. So that might be the reason why. But I've never really had any complaints about it before. Thank you, CCA Donf Games. I will update my map combos for 138 ASAP. Probably gonna start doing that no later than tomorrow. Which means that there won't be a live stream tomorrow. But I figured I wanted to start by come back after 2 weeks off with a live stream. We would usually have a crash by now. It's what almost happens every time we do a live stream. Still nothing. Egeman, that's a very good question, and I'm gonna say no. The convoy we're doing on the 9th of August is most likely going to happen on 137. And the reason for that is that although the game itself might have been updated for 138, we will probably not have promos updated, and even if promos is updated, Truckers MP will probably not have been able to update for it. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit challenging. To be honest, I didn't really expect 138 to be released this early. I wasn't anticipating that to happen until August, to be honest. But now it happened, and it will probably be released sometime early August, maybe even in July. Yeah, that might be a little bit challenging for some of you, but we're gonna figure that out. Let's see what happens. Early August we can talk more about it, because to be honest, I currently don't know if it's going to be released or not. Most likely it will be out, but not for Truckers MP, and definitely not combined with Pro mods. So we will be doing it on 137. Speaking of the convoy, we have now about 150 people who have signed up for the convoy. Most of you, of course, I think 133 have signed up and said they will definitely be there. And then we have another 25-ish who have said that they most likely will be there. But the more the merrier. I'm honestly hoping that we will have some 200 people joining the convoy. So there's still room for more people in the convoy if you want to join us on the 9th of August. The things that are new on 138 is basically the same as you saw on ATS, and in addition to that, of course, the special transport routes. We have some minor updates to the DAF XF tuning pack, and to the FH tuning pack as well. Minor changes. Big news is, I guess, SSOA, and an updated version of Fmod. And the city of Lille. The city of Lille has been updated as well. Sorry that we can't play God today and change the time of day to daylight instead. Can't do that during special transports. So just bear with me. Uh-oh. This is gonna be tight. And I can't see much. Oh, oh, I wish I had daylight. Oh. I have no idea where my trailer is right now. Hopefully in the right place. I can't see anything. Well, that worked. Oh, beached, come on. There we go. The trailer lifted the driving axles of the truck. That's probably something they need to do something about before they release the game on a new version. Did I swear, Panda? Say hi to Mom, by the way. I'm trying to not swear. I don't know why I keep looking in the mirrors. There's absolutely no point in doing that. I can't see anything anyway. Hi Thanos! Welcome! We just started, I don't think we started hauling more than like 10 minutes ago. We're driving or hauling between Risita and what is it, Targu Muras. In the middle of the night, and there's nothing I can do about that. Well, as long as my truck doesn't slow down or come to a complete stop, at least we haven't touched anything, so that's a good thing. Another thing about the merch shop, those of you who are members will get a discount on the merch shop. So if you're still not a member of my YouTube channel, make sure to become a YouTube member as well. Otherwise you won't get that discount. And yeah, you could get one of these at a lower price if you're a paying member. See Jekyll, not today. No one's asked for Afromap today. Oh, it's been a while. I had almost completely forgotten about that. Let's see if we can make this without crap. I might have touched something. I don't know. Probably back there. Oh, there we go. This is more like it. Oh, that's why it's so slow. I'm in 7th gear. There we go. Should have taken the other lane. Yeah, maybe, Thanos. Maybe. Yeah. I should have waited a little longer before I turned. Or I should have started turning slightly a little earlier. That would have worked too. Your truck's like a snail coming out of the pickup. What kind of truck is it, David? I have no excuses for this one being a snail because it's a 730 horsepower engine, obviously. So I have no excuses. Yeah, the horns, they made some changes to those. Let's listen in. Oh, there's a delay at the end. No, there's a kind of an echo at the end. Pressing it and releasing. The other one isn't mounted on my truck. So I'm just quickly pressing and then releasing immediately. So yeah, some minor changes to the horns. I couldn't care less, to be honest. But I do know that some of you cares about it, so so I guess it's good news for at least some of you. You didn't like it at all, Huck? Well, I can guarantee I won't press that horn anymore today. That was the first and last time I did it. Yeah. Well, I'm not a huge fan of the horns, and it turns out it doesn't really help pressing the horn if you have any problems with the AI anyway, so I guess I'm just gonna make my own duck sound for it, and you say "Wah!" or something like that instead. You would never know if I did, because I rarely use the horn. You care about the resolution of your hairline. Well, I actually, in the defense of my beard, I actually tried to make an appointment with the barber over the weekend. Turned out it was impossible. It was fully booked, so because it could at least use a tiny little trim, the beard. But yeah. David, I'm good, thank you. My kids loved the vacation, so I'm happy for them. I just hated it. We did none of the things that we usually do. And I was saying before I went on vacation that I was going to go to the Scania Museum, and they're closed until further notice. They might open again in August, September perhaps, but seems like over the summer they will be closed, and they are currently closed. Waxing the mustache. Ouch. You know what? Dyeing it black wouldn't be a bad idea. According to my kids, the beard is... Oh! The beard is... Oh, come on. Wow. The beard is white, not black. I don't know if you can see it, but apparently it's not entirely black, so maybe I should do something about that. This is going to be a disaster, probably. Ah, this is tight. Oh, it actually worked. Ah. Mr. Bremer, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the club. You will get a discount as well in the merch shop. Hitting the escort vehicles will... it won't break the game, but you will be, how do you say it? You will be disqualified. So the entire special transport hall will abruptly stop. My head is upside down. Ah, that's funny. Oh. Oh, it's upside down. I wish it was possible to plot around special routes, special transport routes, I should say. Maybe in the future we can do that, because this one is almost 400 kilometers long, and it's probably the longest of the 3 new special transport routes. And I kind of wish there was one that was a little bit longer. 1,000 kilometers perhaps. AC Shadow Warrior, I think that should be you. According to Google Analytics, there's no problems with the stream at all. Matching Korean Wombat. Are you suggesting that we do like Top Gear did and have special versions of Stigs depending on what countries you go to? Oh, oof, that would be awesome if I could have the Scania logo in my beard. Maybe. I'll check with the barber. 100% true story. I'll check that with the barber and see if it's possible. I'd totally do it if I could. And then I might not even shave it when I go back to work. Not a Scania tattoo on my forehead, Thanos. No. Maybe somewhere else. But not on my forehead. No, I'm not gonna tattoo anything on my forehead. Forget about it. That's not gonna happen. I gotta say about 138, it's definitely not as optimized as it is on ATS. My frame rate is... Wow. Wow! The game crashed! Oh, wow. And, oh, hang on. You can't see it, but the game is updating right now. Huh. That's a bit disappointing. On my back, no, but I could definitely do it on my arm. Seriously, it's updating? Why on earth is it doing that? Looks like it was a pretty big update as well. Ready to launch in approximately 10 seconds, it says. Let's see if that's true. No, the stream isn't dead, Thanos. Just the game. It crashed, and I have barely no. I have very, very few mods on. I do have something though that could affect the game, of course, which is the sound pack mod. Your 138 has crashed 5 times, Bremer. Yeah, it is a beta version. There we go, ready to launch, play game. So let's see if the game starts up again. It's taking a few. Here we go. Any second now. Oh God, it's slow. This is gonna be the worst beta version ever. Jesus Christ, come on. There might be a tiny problem loading the game actually. That update might not have been the best of update. There we go. So, new version 138.022S. Let's take a look at the mod manager while we're at it. This is the slowest. So it might be, well, we don't need that. This one might be causing problems. So I'm going to remove that, and then we don't need that one. I'm going to keep my paint jobs and the mega pack. They shouldn't affect anything. So let's see if that loads. Yeah. I guess that means that we'll have to restart the entire special transport hall, which we might do, but I think that we were pretty close to our destination anyway, so maybe we should do one of the others. No, it's still ongoing. That's cool. Ah, I didn't expect that. Let me see. I'm gonna say the frame rate is actually a little bit better now. Like maybe 5 frames higher now, because we're almost down to 30 a couple of times. And now we're running at between 45 and 50. Yeah, let's see if we have another crasher. I'm pretty sure we won't. And to be honest, I really don't think the crash was caused by any of the mods that I removed. So even if we survive this time, I'm pretty sure it's not because I removed those mods. Again, I know about that, but I'm running a 2080 Ti, so it should be good. But I gotta say, there we go, I'm at 60 frames right now. If I have problems with a 2080 Ti, I feel sorry for many of you. All of you who do not have a 2080 Ti. You shouldn't really need a 2080 Ti to run it at 60 frames. But right now, the beta version, not even with a 2080 Ti, you're able to do it at 60 FPS. Running 45 again. They need to do something about the optimization of 138. But as I said earlier, right before the crash, it's better optimized on ATS. I ran the game with SSOA at SSAO at maximum 60 frames per second, no problem. And on ETS2, I don't really need it with the other graphic settings I'm using, but I do not have it set to maximum now. It's set to medium, I think, the default setting anyway. Bremer, let me get back to you on Toby at some other time. That's literally all I can say right now. No, Eggman, I use no physics. Well, you actually saw my mods list. I'm down to the bare minimum. Don't really have anything added here. I don't really need SiSL's pack even because I don't have Ducky with me right now. So no physics, no graphics mods. Of course, other than NPI settings, which I'm linking to in the video description, by the way. Well, RAF, coast to coast, sure it's boring, but it is getting better and better. You have to admit it. It's not as bad as it was a year ago. It's come a long way over the last 12 months. Still have a long way to go, of course, but it's getting there. There's way more details now than there's ever been. Altheilen, I'm not really sure why Ducky isn't with me in this truck. You know what? We're gonna turn off SS. Is it OA or AO? I can never remember. AO, I think. I'm gonna turn that off completely once we have completed this haul and see if it makes any difference. Right now it's, for a second there it was 60 frames per second. Now we're back to 45. So let's see if disabling that is all it takes to get back to 60 FPS. Constant 60 FPS. Well, Panda, you can't really say that I abandoned Ducky. I mean, he's right here. He is with me. By the way, if you follow me on Twitter, you could see an image of him just outside of real life IKEA the other day. Close, close, close. There we go. That wasn't too bad, was it? Apart from a little bit of damage. There we go. Ioe, my opinion on 138 so far. Well, we just had a crash, so I'm gonna say I hate 138. No, I don't. But it definitely feels like the most unstable version of the betas that I've ever seen. I also have a very, very short memory. Let's see. Graphics. There it is. Set to medium. We're going to disable it. Apply. Yes. And see if that makes any difference. Now, if you, by the way, wonder why the hell I'm using scaling set to 100%, I'm not using 100%. I'm using 1600%, or is it 800%? Can't remember. I'm using NPI for that instead, so that is why it's in-game set to much less. Let's see, we just did the first one, Recita to Torgemurus. There is actually one. Oh, because that's not special transport use. There we go. No, we're not going to do that again. We could, of course, do the heat exchanger again, but I think that would be a little bit boring doing the same one again. There's one. Fair, no, I have not tried the Almar SKRS. Scania shifter or any other SKRS. I want one, I need one, but I currently can't afford one. I'm saving up for other things. I need a 4K screen to start with. I need a new webcam. I need to get myself a new arm for the microphone, because that doesn't really work. A lot of other things that I need to get first, and then I can get myself an SKRS sometime in the future. I have played City Skylines. And I completely hate City Skylines, and the reason I hate it is because I can literally sit for like 48 hours straight playing City Skylines, then go to sleep for 8 hours, and then do another 48 hours. It completely ruins everything else I'm trying to do, so there's not enough hours on the day for me to play City Skylines, unfortunately. I think we're going to do this one. High-tech device, 45 tons, Pleven to Sofia. Which will then be the second to last one. We also have the Istanbul to Edirne. But let's do this one first. And go to Pleven. Because I'm lazy, I'm just going to teleport in. Is that it? There it is. You don't want to see me play City Skylines. Seriously. It would be an absolutely horrible stream. So I'm not going to torture you with a City Skylines stream. And besides, I've spent so many hours playing Civilization 6 over this vacation. I don't want to think about how many hours I spent doing that. And that was kind of okay as long as I was on a vacation. But nah, City Skylines, there's not enough time. So there it is. I kind of hate this one because of the width of the high-tech thing. I wish I knew what kind of high-tech thing it is. It doesn't look like any high-tech stuff I know of. There's the exits. So let's see, we have right now 60 FPS. Let's see if it continues like that. Hungary map, Chorus? No. This isn't Hungary. This is Road to the Black Sea. I like the new sounds they made for the gates. Don't know if you could hear it, but that sounded really good. Yeah, still doing 60 FPS, so it kind of looks like SSAO is to blame for the low frame rate. It's not gonna be like that forever, because it's not a problem like it is on ETS2 if you use it on ATS. And I had it maxed out on ATS and I still had 60 FPS. Panda, Teespring doesn't ship to your country? I'm gonna have to choose another store instead then. Or you could move, Panda. Let me talk to your mother and father about it. Maybe you should move to, I don't know, Europe instead. Oh, look at that, 50 frames. So it's not only SSAO. 55. Back to 60. So SSAO is only partially to blame for the low frame rates. Yeah, why not? I could highly recommend Stockholm, Panda. Did I say that? Let me just have a look at the map. Did I say that the last one was the longest one? It's definitely not. Let's see. Rosita to Targamuros looks like it's the longest one. And it definitely looks longer than Pleven to Sofia. And it is. So why does SiSL's route advisor says 1,258 kilometers? Can you see that? There's something is not really working with the route advisor on 138. Ah, well, never mind the route advisor then. English Bob, thank you very much. It's great to be back. I personally had a horrible vacation, to be honest. Most boring vacation ever. Because everything is closed. You know what? I'm going to turn off the route advisor because it's just bonkers. So that one needs an update too, apparently. Which I guess is a good thing, because there hasn't been any need for an update of the route advisor since forever. Haha! Uffe, route advisor counts expected teleports. It's not a bug. Oh, that's right. I downloaded the Wombat edition. Oh god, this DLC looks so good. Best DLC ever. I can't wait for Iberia to be released. always manage to step up even higher every time they release a new DLC. Gotta wonder what Iberia will look like. If they, I wish, Raf, I wish they could add the Griffak mug for the Scania DLC. Somehow I doubt it. But I will wear my, no, I don't think I might wear my Griffak t-shirts when I go to the Scania Museum when they reopen. I might do it. Well, Helder, your opinion there on Madeira and Azore Islands. We will see those as well, I'm pretty sure of it. Probably not by SCS, but maybe in a future updates, like they did with Corsica and the Italy DLC. Are you saying, Bengan, that Arise doesn't know about the new DLC? So we're not going to tell him about it? Why are we doing 50 when we're allowed to do 60? Come on! Special transport. Okay, so that's another bug, I guess. We're only able to do 50 here. Or 48 actually, so 30 miles per hour, I think. Which is odd. I'm not gonna challenge him and see if I can make him do 60. I'm just gonna stick with it. He doesn't like the RTTBS DLC. Arias doesn't like it. I thought he did like it. He started using assets from it. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with that Volkswagen Transporter. Maybe he's having a engine failure, I don't know. Cyberman, I'm not the one rescaling Ross. Maybe you are. Bengan, honest to God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that he hated it. Is it just because what I did to his hometown, or the fact that it doesn't include all 42 major cities in Romania? Hi Daniel, yeah, sorry about not doing any live streams over the last 2 weeks. I had a vacation, dude, but I'm gonna do as many as I possibly can over the next couple of weeks before I go on another 2 weeks of vacation. But first, starting tomorrow, I'll update my map combos for ATS and ETS2 for 138, of course. That one was no challenge whatsoever, and it was way too short. Let's hope the last one is both longer and more challenging. Which way should I go? That one of... Let me just have a look here and see where I should... Okay. I'm pretty sure Iberia is going to be my new favorite once it's out. I think I'm gonna spend a lot of time in Portugal and Spain once it's out. There we go. Easy peasy, to be honest, a little bit boring. But we did it. This one was way too short, 161 kilometers. Should have been much, much longer. Right, let's find another one. Which is Istanbul to Plevin. There it is. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 we're gonna do that one. No high tech this time, we're gonna do massive tech. Go to Istanbul. Oops, I think I'm going in the wrong direction. There it is. No, it's not there. Is it here? Is it really here? That can't be. I guess this is a completely new pickup spot then. Huh, weird. Oh well. That thing is big. So let's see. It's not 1,258 kilometers. I'm gonna... There it is. Turn it off. We have no use for that. Let's see now. 198 kilometers. Most challenging parts here is of course going to be none of it. That one there. And that one perhaps. Doesn't look too complicated. Hi, Outlaw. You know a guy who doesn't have Going East DLC, Thanos? Does he have all the other ones? Max Musterman, red areas on 245. Well, it's not like you can choose between 245 and 246. If you're on 137, you have to use 246. So the question is rather, will you update to 137 or are you going to stay on 136? Well, let's get it over with. He has RTTBS Scandinavia and Black Sea, but not France, not Italy, and Going East. Strange. I think the sale is still going on. He should buy them now. He's going to need them. I'm starting to look like Beppe Wolgers, who is a very, very, very old musician here in Sweden, for those of you who do not know Beppe Wolger. Hi Perids, welcome! My vacation was a complete disaster, if you ask me. If you ask my kids, and especially if you ask my youngest one, it was fantastic. But I really didn't enjoy it. Amusement parks are closed, water parks are closed, everything is closed. So there's not a lot of great things you can do. So, and of course you can't go abroad either, you can't go. We have to stay in Sweden, literally. You can't even go to Norway, Finland. The border between Sweden and Finland were open for literally 2 hours before they closed it again. And the only reason they opened it for 2 hours was a misunderstanding, apparently. Some people managed to get into Denmark. They're gonna have problems when they want to go back, I guess. Thanos, I'm not gonna buy Kerbal Space Program. I'm very, very sure I'd completely suck at playing that game, although it looks awesome. Let's see, the first of the two. No, it's not even difficult. I thought it was going to be a tight turn, but it's not. Actually, it is. Oh God. Well, that's tight. You're going to Germany, Parrot? You lucky bastard. Most countries are closed for us, the Swedes. There are, as I said earlier, or at least tried to say, my microphone didn't work there for a while. There are, especially if you travel with kids, there are like 10 countries we can go to around the world. there is usually on the list of the State Department has a list of countries they allow us or recommend that we don't go to. Usually it says which country not to go to, but these days it's the opposite. Instead of having 10 countries you shouldn't go to, we have like 10 countries we can go to. There are more countries we can go to, but there's only 10 countries where our insurances will work. And that's kind of important if you're on vacation, especially with kids, because you want to be able to pay for any kind of visit to the hospital you need to do if that is required. And so if a country is on the list of countries not recommended, the insurances aren't valid. So there's literally only 10 countries around the world that we can actually go to right now if we care about things like that, which I do, by the way. So and none of those countries are countries I want to go to anyway. So yeah, feels kind of hopeless. We can't even go to Norway or Finland or Denmark, Iceland, none of that. So it's kind of boring right now. It's like I'm gonna forget the summer of 2020 as soon as I possibly can. Perry, you know what? I haven't really bothered about that list, so I can't even remember one single country on that list. Probably North Korea, because they don't have coronavirus. I can't mention any of the countries. Let me pick up my phone here and have a quick look and see if I can tell you which countries it is. Don't do this at home. No, in the app they don't have that list. They just have all the countries listed, and then you have to click each country to see whether you can go there or not, or if it's recommended or not. I'm not going to go through all 240 countries or whatever it is. I do have a passport for Norway Outlaw. It's not helping. I still have to do a 2-week quarantine when I get to Norway, which makes it kind of pointless because my vacation is literally 2 weeks long. So a friend of mine is from Poland, so he's going to Poland. And he and his wife decided that they wanted to take the plane to Poland because, well, they wanted to expose themselves as for as a short while as possible. So taking the plane instead of the ferry felt more reasonable. But the Polish authorities banned all planes from Sweden, but they still allow the ferries. So they're taking the ferry from Sweden to Poland instead. They will be quarantined for 2 weeks, but it's home quarantining, so that works for him because he is from Poland, his wife is from Poland, they have their families there, so they're staying with family anyway. So it doesn't really make any difference to them. Well, I can go to Poland, but again, the insurance wouldn't work. My travel insurance wouldn't work. So if anything happens, and I don't, honest to God, I don't really care about myself in that situation, but my kids, if anything happens, we would have probably to pay upfront for whatever it is to get health care. So, yeah. Well, Raf, good luck with that, and thank you for being here. Well, I've heard that he is the best ruler ever, Helder, so you're probably right on that. Was it him or was it his father that did 6 holes in one the first time he golfed? I think it was his father, who also wrote like 100 books, all of them bestsellers. Brilliant guys, brilliant people. This is way too easy. Come on, give me a challenge, SES. Maybe I should do this with the DAF F241 instead, but it's not fully compatible with 248, so... Sorry, 140. The new version. 138, that is. Jesus Christ. Hi, two mosh pits. And welcome. Areski Samer, welcome to you as well, and Daniel and everyone else. Raise the traffic, you say? I guess we could have done that. Highly doubt it would have been more challenging even if we did that. You're on 139, Thanos. Well, considering how bad 138 is, I don't even envy you right now. You wish SES had major city and city deliveries, Bremer? No, I guess you don't. Let's see, we have a flat floor here. If that answers your question, Daniel. Whoops, we're not going there. If someone is on version 1.0, it's too bad you can't even download version 1.0 anymore. If you ever could on Steam. Vinay, welcome. And welcome to the last of the 3 special halls, special transport halls. This one is from Istanbul to Edirne. City delivers Bremer, I guess that kinda... You kinda need a 1-to-1 scale map for that, I think. Even if the cities are a 1-to-3 scale, it kind of feels like it wouldn't be very challenging unless it's on a 1-to-1 scale. And for that you have maps like FSG, for instance. Yeah, there you go, Perrin says it too, FSG. I don't expect the game to crash again, but I'm also way too positive, I think. I'm gonna say there's a high risk of us never making it because the AI transporter in front of us is behaving strange. He might come to a complete stop at some point, and we can't even give him a tiny little push because if we do, it's game over. So here, for instance, the GPS says that we could do 60. We're doing 30. Come on! Right. Has Project Balkans been updated during my vacation? I didn't know it had. I'm gonna try it out, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to add it to my map combos. I mean, 4.1 wasn't even compatible with Pro mods, and 4.1.1 was, but I'm never gonna add 4.1.1 again to any of my map combos due to all the horrible things it did in so many places. And now that I know where to look, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to add it to my next map combos. Parrot, I do not believe that has been updated to 0.2. I highly doubt there's a 0.1 even, Parrot. But next thing I'll do after we complete this stream is to go to the Discord server and see what has happened during the last couple of weeks. I haven't really been there other than for a couple of very, very short moments. Are you not kidding me, Perry? It has been updated to 0.2. Is there an actual release that I can have a look at even? Thank you, Perry. Simultanks. Yeah, we can have a new channel for that, Thanos. It's your channel. If you're into CAD... What? Whoa! Shit! God damn it. Sorry about that. Hang on. I started coughing and, well... And I think that 138 isn't very good at loading checkpoints. Oh, there we go. Why, Huck? Did I swear? That was water, by the way. And the game is down to 50 frames again. We might actually have another game crash before we reach Edirne. 138 certainly isn't a reliable version of the game. Question now is, why did he stop there? Because we had a green light. We don't really care anyway about that. But he is... Wow. There we go. Almost stopping there. Well, I said shit, Huck. Well, shit isn't swearing. What do you want me to say instead? Feces? I'm gonna say feces next time. Panda was here, maybe until I said feces. Wow, I did that. I totally did that. That's so totally on me. Wow. I'm horrible at this. Ah. How close am I? Oh, I have plenty of room. It would kind of help if he could just move out of the way. I'm not an expert, but I think that would help. Oh, okay, that's close enough. Yes, Perry, it's one of Alex's skins. You can't say that. Esco! escort vehicle was crashed by other traffic because of incorrect driving. Are you kidding me? I've never seen that before. Escort vehicle was crashed by other traffic because of incorrect driving. I'm pretty sure I was allowed to use the entire roundabout there. So I have a hard time seeing what I could have done differently. Probably what happened was that the DAF truck started moving just after me and came in between me and the escort vehicle and crashed it. That's my guess. Well, it's a beta version. I'm not going to take blame for that. No way. Yeah. Anyway, cheers, guys. Take a look at that. I should totally get a move on before we have traffic here. Oh, that's right. I need to fix that first. Oh, same problem again, of course. Yes. Plenty of space. And the escort vehicle seems to be fine. Nothing coming in between him and us. This time at least. There we go. The thing in my ear, you can't see my ears, but that thing there is the head tracker plus. Oh, I wish it was Sleuth headphones. Would certainly be better than this is. Literally anything other than what it actually is, because these headphones are horrible. Absolutely horrible. Well, you find them at TrackHat. If you Google TrackHat in one word, you'll find it. Where is it? It's over there, I think. Okay. If you say so. Seriously? Okay. There we go. That was absolutely horrible. Ah. So, 200 kilometers, which means that Recife to Torgemures is the longest one, almost 400 kilometers. It also looked like it could be the most difficult one, turned out to be the easiest one. Istanbul to Edirne, this was that one. Well, horrible. Pleven to Sofia, kind of horrible as well. Included a crash even. Game crash, that is. So that was different. That's all I intended on doing today. Again, there is a link in the video description if you want to see more of this and this. Check that out. It's not officially opened yet, but it's a sneak peek. You can order stuff if you like. There are some things there, not a lot, but something to start with. But it was great trying the new setup I have and seeing how that work. There is a couple of things that I need to make changes to, but for the most part, I think it went okay. The driving itself was obviously horrible, but that's what you get on this channel anyway, so there's nothing new there. And with that said, I'm gonna say we're done. Yes, it only took us 1.5 hours to complete all 3 halls. But I want to head over to the Discord server and greet the guys there. Some of you are members already of the Discord server. If you aren't, there is a link to that as well in the video description. So head over there and we can talk some more. How long I will hold a mug? Well, until you buy one. I'll keep it up here, there. No, I won't. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did the video, it's a stream stupid. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe as well, and if not tomorrow, at least on Wednesday and Thursday, I will update my map combos for 138, both for ETS2 and ATS. It's very good to be back from vacation. Till next time, take care everyone. Have a great evening. Bye bye.